What's up, y'all? This is my top 5 Goku fights. Time to begin. Number 5. Nappa and Vegeta versus Goku.
It's strange. Just a year ago he couldn't beat rabbits, and now he's making sport of Nappa.
Over here.
The thing about this fight that I pretty much like the most was actually when Goku actually arrived to the fight. You know what I'm saying? When Goku actually saved the Gohan, and when he actually kind of like, I'm gonna say saved the day, but to an extent he actually did. He actually came in and saved Gohan and Krillin and gave them Citrus Beans, and he actually went to the fight. And when he actually fought against Nappa, and he was so confident in his own ability, well, pretty much his newfound power that he actually mastered when he been trained by King Kai, that his own friends barely didn't recognize him. You know what I'm saying? And I like that actually the fight he actually had with Nappa, but it was so fucked up how his defeat was when Vegeta actually choked him. But back onto Nappa, Nappa was fighting extremely sloppy until he had to calm down, and then he was kind of fight equal footing with Goku to an extent. Because the reason I said to an extent, because he didn't use Kaioken on him. You know what I'm saying? During that period. But when Nappa was kind of like tossed aside in the means of Vegeta, that fight was kind of a lot more intense, a lot more different than any other fight that I pretty much saw. Like, if you want to speak about like the beginning of the Dragon Ball Z, that's where it began. That, you know what I'm saying, with Vegeta and his friend Nappa introduced to it. But even before that, it was kind of mostly was Raditz, but he's not even adding to the top 5 Goku list. There's actually many more fights that I actually want to add to the Goku list. Like, one of them is when Goku was in Dead Zone. I did want to add this in here. When Goku, remember the movie Dead Zone, including The World's Strongest, and so many other movies where Goku was actually in, that I actually want to put this in here because the fight scenes were so memorable. They still included on here. It's just that my computer, I can't load so many slots as I want to, so I'll probably make that separate. But to be honest with y'all, I don't think I would. Now number 4 is this. This is one of the funniest scenes that I pretty much saw within Dragon Ball Z when Cell was introduced it, because Cell actually brought mystery within Dragon Ball Z, and I liked how he actually kind of want to fight against Goku. You know what I'm saying? Like how he want to actually fight against Goku to be because he has to look at Cell as the perfect weapon. But Cell was extremely interesting. He was extremely interesting. Extremely interesting.
Cell was just spotted another head. Is this another one of the monsters turning tricks?
And I liked it in the background. They made that shit hilarious.
I should have known that you'd be able to regenerate yourself. Of course, thanks to Piccolo's son. He just won't die. I may not have beaten you with that blast, son, but I can sense that your power level has gone down sharply because of it. Perhaps, but you're the one who seems to have trouble catching his breath. I know what you did. You pushed most of your energy into that last attack, Goku. But I'm still standing, and all your power's drained, which means your fight is over. That's not true! I'll show you.
That's my part right there.
Flaming fish sticks! The sound game will go on! We will take a turn at a time now as anybody's guess!
This is pretty much one of my favorite fights when Goku has fought against Cell. You know what I mean? It's like one of the most memorable fights with Cell. I like how he actually fought against Goku, but Goku actually had his reasons of fighting against Cell to actually reveal all of his fighting styles and abilities towards Gohan, as Gohan actually, pretty much like observing the actual fight he actually learning at the same time, including comparing his strength level in comparison to his own father. But this shit here was just phenomenal, y'all. To me, it was one of the most memorable fights that I actually saw within Dragon Ball Z was actually with Cell. I know a lot of people that actually talk to a lot of my friends like we don't like Cell. And pretty much that's pretty much one of my favorite fights actually with Cell, cause Cell pretty much introduced, besides mystery, but he actually introduced, but his nature within Dragon Ball Z was kind of like very different than pretty much any other character next to the next opponent, next to the top of the list, which is number 3. Is definitely number 3 and 2 is also equal footing. So 2 and 3 is on the same page, including number 1. Number 1 is like I said before earlier within this video, there's so many more characters that I actually want to add on to the list, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I do, but like I said before, you see the slots up here? I can't because my computer actually going to much more slow down and turn to a bitch. So that's the reason why I can't actually put so much up here. I'll probably put a comment down at the bottom kind of talking about it, but like I said before earlier within the actual video, I pretty much don't think I would. Here you go. This is number 3 on the list, which is as well number 2 on the list. Is this. Goku versus Frieza. Hate him or love him, you gotta love Frieza. Without Frieza, they wouldn't be Dragon Ball Z. If you kind of think about it, because of the involvement that Frieza had with the Saiyans, he the one who kind of let them kind of span his empire because of it. So Frieza played like a very role even before Dragon Ball Z even the start, including Dragon Ball. But Frieza became an instant favorite character because of his personality, how he is. He's so fucking stubborn. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much one of his qualities that I actually like about Frieza. I'm definitely looking forward to the new Dragon Ball Z movie that they're actually going to put Frieza on. I'm kind of curious what Frieza actually going to do now. And this is also another one that I actually want to, damn. And this is the other one. Here is this.
Me, but if there's a way to win, I'm gonna fight.
Goku versus the Ginyu Force. This is about Berta, Jace, Raccoon.
Look at the pretty fireworks.
Including Ginyu. But like I said before, I like when Goku actually introduces himself onto the scene. I love it, yo. I like how Goku introduces. You see all this, y'all? Goku doing. That shit was funny, yo. There's many reasons why I actually like this fight. Because if Goku actually bought, like, when Goku actually introduced himself within this actually fight, he was kind of very different. He had like a mystery to him. And when I actually heard Vegeta in the background running his mouth about Super Saiyan, I'm like, what the fuck is a Super Saiyan? You know what I'm saying? And I was actually scratching my head like,
I don't think he knows what he's up against.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I was actually scratching my head like, what the fuck Vegeta is talking about? Super Saiyan this, Super Saiyan that, and he must be found this new power and all this shit like that. But Goku was very different from the previous fights that I pretty much watched and pretty much know of. And this had me actually occur way before even the Cell Saga, including the Future. So when I was watching Goku in these fights, the Goku brought a different personnel to this battlefield. Number 1 is this. pretty much said this is actually one of my favorites because I like when Goku actually transformed to Super Saiyan 3 and I actually got the chance to use it to go against Fat Boo.
Thanks. So are you.
Hey, punch him! Don't just float there like a balloon!
Alright, y'all, that's pretty much actually my actual list. Now this is a fight that would have been included into the list. Well, this actually is #1, but it's it's actually #1, but it's like a secret #1. You know what I'm saying? Like a hidden character, something like that. This fight is exactly what it is. Now that's my top one, y'all. I mean top 5. That's all I gotta say about that, y'all. Peace.